6th meeting of the Paducah Planning and Zoning Commission to order, and I ask that you stand with us as we say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Summer, call the roll, please.
Mr. Benberry, Mr. Bradford.
Here.
Mr. Morrison.
Here.
Mr. Shramke. Mr. Shadle.
Here.
Mr. Wade.
Here.
Chair Casillas.
Here. Mr. Morrison, you have the minutes motion, please.
Yes, ma'am. I move that the reading of the minutes for February 20th, 2017 be waived and that the minutes of said meeting as prepared by the secretary be approved as written. Second.
Second by Shadle and Bradford. Are there any questions? Are there any corrections to the minutes? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Morrison.
Aye.
Mr. Shadle.
Aye.
Mr. Wade.
Aye.
Mr. Bradford.
Aye.
Chair Casillas.
Aye. Mr. Wade, you have the first item of business, the Brad Knight public hearing.
Yes, I move that a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Constituting the Final Report of the Paducah Planning Commission on the Proposed Amendment to a Development Plan Located at 2777 West Park Drive," be adopted.
Second.
Second by Morrison. This is a public hearing, and so we welcome anyone who would like to come and speak in regards to this issue. We do ask that you come to the podium and give us your name, please.
Good evening, Tom Troutman, Troutman Signs. Thank y'all for being here. And Josh, how far did I go into explanation on this?
Let me give a little bit of background on these. This is where Independence Bank used to be, behind Poncheros. The first sign is 48 square feet that's on the front, and it's below the 20% threshold that Planning Commission normally likes to stay in. And the second one on the awning is going to be 54 square feet, and again, that's under the 20% threshold on the side of the building that faces all of it, Church Road. Being in the mixed-use zone, they do take Planning Commission approval.
Does anyone have any questions, comments for Mr. Troutman? Call the roll, please.
Thank you. Mr. Wade?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Morrison?
Aye.
Mr. Shadle?
Aye.
Chair Casillas.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Good job, Tom.
Didn't
I
have to really.
prepared this speech and I can't give it.
There you are. Well, we would have been happy to hear it.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
There are times to say things and other times just walk out the door.
That's right.
Thank you.
That'll be done about noon tomorrow, Tom.
Mr. Morrison, you have the second item of business.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I move that a resolution entitled, "A Resolution Constituting the Final Report of the Paducah Planning Commission on the Proposed Closing of High Street between Sherwood Road and Alameda Drive," be adopted. Second.
Second by Shadle.
Rick Tosh with Dummer Surveying and Engineering. This is a portion of High Street, it's undeveloped. It's a north portion between Alameda and Sherwood Road. There's an existing water line that's within this right-of-way, and we've accommodated public utility easement symmetrical to the center line of that water line, and it also accommodates some drainage in that area that engineering is concerned about.
I have a question. Rick, this really doesn't affect the county property, does it?
No, we asked the counties to sign off on it because there was a 4.41 strip of land there that actually touches this right of way. You know, big enough for a walkway access. That's about all.
Okay.
Just to make sure all the bases was covered, we asked them to sign off.
Gotcha.
Now, this road that is closed, or the property that was dedicated to be a street, that will be divided equally between the Wagners and the Gardners? Okay. This is, again, a public hearing. If there's anyone else who would like to speak about this issue, does the commission have any questions, comments?
Basically, what happens is, once it's approved, then the city conveys the property subject to the water line easement to each of the individuals according to the tracks, so then it's theirs.
Any other comments?
Beyond the signage that's already there indicating that it's a sharp right turn, or depends on which way you're going, I guess, is there anything else the city needs to do to block that so that, for the protection of the traveling public?
It's already basically blocked now because there's a drainage ditch, like right on the other side that just goes
Yeah.
straight,
Yeah.
straight
And there's
through.
some pretty good signage. I didn't know if that
Yeah.
would be in compliance without that there.
As far as I know, we don't
Okay.
need to do anything
I don't-
else. And
I don't think that's required, is it?
I don't believe so. They've already got when you get up there to make that turn, they've got the big arrow pointing around the curve now.
Right.
Okay.
Any other comments? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Morrison,
Aye.
Mr. Shaver,
Aye.
Mr. Wade,
Aye.
Mr. Bradford,
Aye.
Chair Crecilius.
Aye. Mr. Morrison, I'm sorry, Mr. Shadle, you have the Baptist Health Paducah campus sign?
Yes, I do. I move that this commission receive and file the application of Baptist Health Paducah for the approval of campus signage to be located at 2501 Kentucky Avenue pursuant to the section 126-26B of the Paducah zoning ordinance. I further move that the commission find that the signs will not have a negative impact on vehicular, traffic, or adjacent neighbors, and that the Planning Commission has approval authority for the campus signs to be located at 2501 Kentucky Avenue. I further move that the application be approved.
Second.
Second by Morrison.
A little background on this. There was a sign package submitted to you all on August 8th of 2014 for Baptist Health. It was quite lengthy at the time. And this is mainly a revision of several of those signs. What I've tried to do is go in and put a location map of where they're going to be, and the pictures of what they've submitted.
Just a comment on my part. I feel like, are you here representing Baptist Health? No? Is there anyone here representing them tonight?
No, the sign contractor was from Dresden, Tennessee, but he is not here.
He is not here. Long drive. Anyway, I feel like this signage package is definitely an upgrade from what
Oh,
they
yeah.
had before. I think it looks really nice. Comments and questions?
Just a question. There's one on the opposite side of Broadway as you're coming down toward downtown on the left-hand side. it's not in there. Is that,
That
is it
must not,
sufficient
It's at
the way it
the
is?
child-
It's just,
I'm sorry.
The Child Development Center?
it was just signage. I didn't really take note. I just thought I'd look and see if it was in there. It doesn't appear to be in there.
On the north side then,
Yeah, the hospital's here.
Right.
And then across the street,
That would
really,
be
right
the
on the
north side,
corner.
There were some signs in there for the child care center and
That's
the
what it
credit
is.
union, I believe,
That could be it.
that was addressed in 2014.
The
That
sign is still
that didn't have any changes.
Okay. So that'll remain just as.
Like it is, or
Okay.
however it was approved in 2014. They're just now starting to pull permits for all their signs.
It's possible that they could change those at some point, but I think what they're focusing on right now are the signs that have to do with the actual hospital
Right, that's
itself.
correct.
So,
So there's 7 signs in this package, is that right?
Yes.
A through G. I noticed some of them are on the sides of buildings, some of them are freestanding signs. Are any of them, or all of them have existing signs where they are right now?
Yeah, well, no, the Walker Medical Center doesn't. Those are going to be new. A is a replacement that's there now. B and C are there now. The Walker Medical Park signs, those are brand new on the building and above the door. The Carson Meyer Heart Center, that's just basically a reface of a sign that's existing. And then, of course, the one on the Heart Center itself is going to change as well. So really, the only new ones is the Walker Heart, or the Walker Medical campus.
other comments? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Shadle?
Aye.
Mr. Wade?
aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Morrison?
Aye.
Chair proceeds.
Aye. Mr. Shady, you also have Tri-State Construction.
Yes. I move that this commission receive and file the application of Tri-State Construction, Inc. for the proposed re-subdivision of property located at 2901 and 2905 Lone Oak Road and 2825 Maryland Street. I further move that the requested approval be given in compliance with all other applicable provisions of the Paducah subdivision ordinance be waived.
Second,
Second by Wade. This is the land that we looked at our last meeting that we
Right, for the annexation.
signed, rezoned for the annexation.
We basically have got the same piece of property across from Banks Grocery, and we're cleaning up the middle. When it was purchased, there's actually 3 tracks that were purchased. So we're just abolishing all the interior lot lines that you see on there, making it into one track for a future little shopping center there. We've got the proposed building lines on there, the HVD, everything in the middle. All the improvements you see on there are gonna be taken down.
Now you're retaining all 3 of the existing concrete entrances?
Now we're gonna get rid of the one right at the intersection there.
Good.
It's too close, it's dangerous. We will be keeping the one further toward Lone Oak, the main one there, that'll be the main one.
Sure.
Mike, Angie's comments of the new city limit boundary and right-of-way of Augusta Avenue, are they on the one that you have?
They are.
Okay.
Bless you. Other comments? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Shadle?
Aye.
Mr. Wade?
aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Morrison?
Aye.
Chair proceeds.
Aye. Mr. Wade, you have the Hamilton Living Will.
Yes, I move that this commission receive and file the application of the Hamilton Living Trust for the proposed re-subdivision of property located at 4602 and 4632 Exall Lane and 211, 213, 216, 218, 221, and 222 Roundhouse Road. I further move that the requested approval be given in compliance with all other applicable provisions of the Paducah subdivision ordinance be waived.
Second?
Second by Bradford.
Hi, Brad Goff with Siteworks. This site is located on Roundhouse Road off Exall Lane. This is next to the Murray State campus building and adjacent to I-24. We're just proposing to abolish the lot line between tracks A and B and create one large tract. The 50-foot Roundhouse Road will continue to be privately owned and maintained. And this is for a future residential development.
I'm sorry, what?
It's for a future residential development.
Okay.
Where's the Murray State Building in relation to this, as we see it on the map?
It's to the southeast.
Corner here.
That's what I thought.
Where this existing concrete driveway coming off the 50-foot right-of-way is, does that serve a residence? You see what I'm talking about?
You're talking about in tract A?
In Tract A,
Yes.
But it doesn't show it's a part of Tract A, it's just attaching to the private road at the southeast corner of Tract A.
Right, all of these existing structures will be demoed.
Including the existing building on Tract A?
Yes, ma'am.
I was interested too on this existing concrete driveway, which does not, I was not sure whether it was part, I'm guessing that it's not actually part of either Tract A or Tract B, is it?
Well, it looks like it's on the John and Nancy Smith property.
Exactly. Which,
You see what we're talking about down there?
Say again?
down here, the existing concrete driveway?
Oh, no, that's, those are the neighbors.
But
Okay.
does it connect to the,
It does connect to the privately maintained Roundhouse Road, yes.
I was going to say,
That's
do they
what
have,
we're- yeah.
will they retain an easement?
Yes.
Okay.
They currently have that easement, or is that something that's going to be granted in the
Well,
future?
I'm not sure, I mean.
Well, obviously, they're getting in and out now. They're doing it with consent of the Hamilton Trust.
Well, they should be, yeah.
It would certainly be nice to have that notated.
Yeah, it would.
On something like this, there'd been no reason to contact the Smiths.
No, not for a waiver.
Okay.
The only time that a subdivision requires notification if like a street or a road or something like that's being dedicated for public use.
Can we make sure that they have an easement?
I don't think that matters. I mean, as far as this.
As far as this, right.
Yeah. They take it at their own risk. They're not a party to this, so, you know. But they've been there, Smiths have been there probably since the 80s.
At least.
And they're using
At
that.
least.
Yeah, they've been
Commonly
there.
used.
What it means, but I think that's what it is.
Brad, is that
For
their
that
only
size.
ingress egress to get in and out of their property or?
That's why it was-
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
Just for clarification, where it says existing 15-inch CMP, what is CMP?
15.
It's corrugated metal pipe. Those are
Thank you.
storm drains.
Just need you to
Okay,
educate me.
Okay.
What's that?
When they plan to develop this property, they will be coming before us with a development plan, will they not? That's good.
Since the issue was discussed briefly, it seems to me that whether or not there's still access to that existing concrete driveway will not be affected by whether or not we abolish these
No,
property
that-
lines tonight.
it would be the
It will remain unchanged.
And this is all zoned rural?
It's R1, low-density residential. And a quick point of clarification, it depends on what is developed here, whether it comes back to planning commission or not. If, for example, it's an allowable use, then it might not necessarily come back to planning commission. It just depends.
Thank you.
Any more questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Wade?
Aye.
Mr. Bradford?
Aye.
Mr. Morrison?
Aye.
Mr. Shadle?
Aye.
Chair proceeds.
Aye. If there's no other business to come before the commission tonight, we stand adjourned.